Boom. Here we go, man. I've been waiting for this bad boy for a long time since it was announced. We have that DC Multiverse from McFarlane Toys Superman figure from the Fleischer cartoons. Before we go any further though, make sure you hit that notification bell. Make sure you like, subscribe, and go into the comment section. Let me know, is this something you're excited about? Because I am, man. Let's take a look right here. Classic animation Superman from the 1940s. That is so dope. We're going to be doing some head swaps with this guy, as well as comparing him with some other figures. So it should be a really fun, super video. And then we have this artwork on the box, which is interesting. The belt's the wrong color. It should be a solid red. That's how it was in the animation. And this is based off of like that Superman #1 comic, right? So it's kind of funny they're putting this image on a comic cover, although he should be kind of standing like this. I'll show you the image. I feel like this would have been cool on the back, but who cares? Let's get this bad boy open. And here we are, man. Here he is in all his glory. First, let me show you this. I forgot. I'm so sorry. Let me show you this barcode for those of you trying to hunt him down. I believe he is showing up in Targets now. I ordered mine from GameStop, which felt like forever ago. I've been seeing all these toy tubers doing their unboxings. I should have ordered it from the McFarlane Toy Store. Usually GameStop would show up first, but I was wrong this time. But here he is. Beautiful looking figure right out the box. I loved how he was posed like this in the box, with his arms to his side, fist to his waist. It's just so iconic and so classic. We get some accessories. Well, first, you see one of them right here. This figure stand, the hockey puck. I had a hard time standing him up and got a little impatient. He also comes with this card, same as on the back of the box, and this data file, which is really cool, man, because it's sort of kind of based off of the cartoon a little bit and not just the generic data file. Superman in Technicolor. That's pretty fun. Mild manner Clark Kent. He also comes with these hands, and they're not really flight hands. They're just kind of like hands, grabbing hands. Not sure what to make of them. We'll check them out on the figure soon. No flight stand, which I hate when they make flying figures. That's my son in the background. Flying figures without a flight stand, but I'm not exactly sure. Remind me in the comments, does he actually fly in the 1940s cartoon? Or is this kind of his jumping, when he jumps, leaps tall buildings in a single bound? I can't remember if he was flying yet in that cartoon. If he is, then they should have definitely gave us a flight stand. Let's take a closer look at this guy right here. I'm gonna bring it up. Let's bring it up. Okay. Let's get a little bit more light on him too. So automatically, I am loving the head sculpt. And yeah, I mean, his eyes are supposed to be like that. That's how they were drawn in the cartoon. Just, you know, like he's squinting and very pupilless. I'm trying to get to focus. I'm sorry. I need more light. Yeah. But I think it's a great head sculpt. And it's funny because in the images, I wasn't sold on it. I thought it looked a little just not all there. But I have to say, it is. Love the hair. Love how the S juts out from the forehead. Kind of have that old school widow's peak receding hairline. And the wavy hair, perfect textured hair. Loving the head sculpt, man. When they first showed the figure, they showed the render on the Action Comics 1000 body. This guy. And I wasn't happy about it. Just didn't feel right. But I mean, the Crisis body is perfect. Like, honestly, that can just be their Superman body buck from now on. I think it's the perfect upgrade to the Superman 1000. And it's not so overly muscular like that, you know, that, what do we call this? I forgot the name of the Superman when they first introduced this body buck. But you know, you've seen it. It was the Hush body. It's been so many bodies. Over muscular, a bit too much. But this is perfect. And he scales well with Batman. Because the Batman figures are so huge, but this is a very tall figure. Anywho. And I love the color blue they have here. It's a nice kind of darker, paler blue, which matches the animation perfectly. I love the red belt all the way through. And yes, it does have the belt loops because that's how he was drawn in the cartoon, with the yellow buckle, which is perfect. Boots are great. Pretty much exactly the same from that Crisis. And the cape is that same Crisis texture. Well, that's why I love, McFarlane does a really good job of like using different wired capes. So not every figure you have on the shelf with a wired cape looks and feels the same. And the hands are great. You know, for a while, we've had some monstrous hands on some Superman figures. Not so much. And he painted the ball joint, which is perfect because it's not like that on the Crisis one. We'll do a comparison soon. And then we have the S, which, to be honest with you, I kind of really liked the one that he used for the superpowers. I'll show you right here. I like when the S is bigger, but I'm not complaining. This looks freaking great, man. And we have the standard articulation. This is really loose, which I like. Not loose like it's going to fall apart, but not like I'm going to break it. And if he's flying, well, I don't know if this figure flies, let me know. But you can get him like this. Not going to crunch up too much, but his head will go like that. And crunch this far down. Typical McFarlane. Knees are a little stiff. Nothing warm water can't fix, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna break. Oh, that is, yeah, these are tight. Oh, yeah. Now that felt like I could have broke it. I'm gonna have to heat that up. Or not, we'll see. And then we've got that wired cape, which I mean, this is such an amazing, I mean, I know I sound like a shill for McFarlane, but this is a great introduction into his line, introducing these wired capes. Because I'm not the biggest fan of cloth capes unless they come with a vehicle, because for the most part, they're just there, and the sculpted capes add so much drama, but you're kind of stuck with that. So this is the perfect combination of it's cloth, but you can add drama. Because, you know, having all your figures with just a cloth cape draped all together is kind of boring. But you can do some fun stuff with this. All right. Let's do some comparisons, man. So, that Crisis figure that came out last year that everybody was angry about because McFarlane was charging $40, and rightfully so. You know, I think he was just testing the waters to see who would buy it. I was one of those people. But man, aren't we happy he at least created that body book? Because look how great this is. Right? So here we go. Here's that Crisis figure. Right here, which is the perfect Superman. I changed his head to the first appearance because I thought that would be really cool. And I think I saw Rob D Toys do it. Big shout out to the DC Infinite Hour guys. And I mean, it's a perfect reuse. And you don't feel like it's the same exact figure. Perfect reuse. And improvement, because, you know, right here, this is what was going on in the collarbone. See that gap? And it's not happening here. So they improved upon it. And I want to say the cape is the same exact material. Focus. So you can see. Same body. Of course, doesn't have the S on the back, but I would also like to say that I think it's also the perfect length for a Superman cape. I don't mind it when it's swooping down past his ankles, but I also do love when it's just here. And I want to say it's a hair shorter. I think it's a hair shorter, the Fleischer cape. Not really noticeable, but I think it does hang a little bit shorter. What a great use of this body buck, man. And of course, another figure that uses this buck. I didn't get the Shazam, so I can't compare that, but I do have this Icon, which is another great use of this buck. And for some reason, he stands taller. So there might have been, you know, some changes in the boots and the legs a little bit. They're both on stands. But they work really well together. And see what I'm saying? Like the fact that his cape is a little different, like in the paint, like it doesn't feel like I'm looking at the same toy repainted. And, you know, there's a new sculpt in the diaper, and I think the legs are the same, at least knee up. So that's pretty freaking great, man. Let's compare it to some other Superman figures. Of course, we have this Action Comics 1000, which is just undersized. I mean, it's a great, it's no longer it's the best classic Superman we have. Still. I need McFarlane to do one of these in a classic style, and then we're cooking. Hopefully with a molded S on the chest. I know you guys like it painted, but I still do love the raised S. But, I mean, it's like his little brother. The scaling's crazy. And then I have, you know, that first appearance Action Comics right here, which is just, I don't mind how ridiculously muscular he is because it's fun, but I much prefer it to be way more subtle than this. The infected body, that's what I was thinking about. Yeah, I would have loved for these figures to have this style of buck. And it just got lazy painting this. It just got really lazy. And the one that should be on that box right here. I gave him the Crisis head. And it's just kind of cool to have these Superman figures throughout the years, you know? But then it just brings out how this is just way too overly muscular. And if you want to get kind of a classic world's finest thing going on, let me pull out this Batman figure. Which is great. Let me get a stand, because I don't have the patience to make him stand up on his own. Here we go. And that's it, man. That looks dope. They work well together. That's, oh, come on, Batman. Talk about classic world's finest. They work really well together. And Batman doesn't tower over Superman. You see, as much as if you want to do like a classic world's finest type situation, this one works way, like this doesn't work with him. Not that they're all supposed to work together, but like this, it just doesn't work. But these together is fire. That's dope. I'm rethinking my display. That's great, man. That's great. Let's check out some head sculpts. So here we go. Here's that 1000 head, but it's actually off of the Rebirth. So I think, if you pulled off the 1000, you'll see the skin colors match up a little better. But it just gives you an idea, and that actually looks pretty cool, I think. Right? I think that looks good. If you're looking for more of a classic, eyes open Superman. That's what's really fun about these, man. You can really sort of custom make whichever ones, you really want to play with. Now, this is one I'm really excited to see. Because honestly, they could have redone this head. And it works really well. It's a little fat, but it looks like the cartoon as well. And it has the eyes squinting, so this works really dope. I kind of love this. That works really well. That's a good Superman head. And let's see what this looks like for you, those of you who are curious. I don't think he works as well for Crisis. Even though he's supposed to be older, right? He knows the head sculpt, but I think he works, yeah. This works better for me on this than this works for this, for some strange reason. That looks dope. That looks great. So what do you guys think about Mattel getting the license? Do you think they're just gonna kind of do their own thing, kind of like Spin Masters? Or does that mean McFarlane will lose the master license? If he loses the master license, I'm going to be really upset. Not because I'm a McFarlane shill, but because when you commit to a toy line, especially one that's 7-inch, and let's say Mattel goes back to being 6 inches, like, you're kind of starting from scratch in your collection, especially if you pose figures together and you have displays. So that would suck. But I have to say, if McFarlane is done, I am happy that this came out. I'm a big Superman fan, obviously. That's me and my family back there. I just need that David Corn sweat DC Multiverse figure, and okay. I mean, I can't complain with everything he's given us. Let me know if McFarlane's done. Let me know what figure do you want him to tackle before he's done, if he's done. I don't know. But back to this guy. This is great. I thought about getting the Superpowers one, but I really wanted him in DC Multiverse, and I just knew he had to be coming. And he is, and he did. And I love him. I love having a bunch of Superman figures that are like Superman through the years, you know, like through the ages of his evolution. And I have way more. I have the electric blue Superman and speeding bullets. I have a lot. Maybe I should do like a DC Multiverse Superman like collection reveal or something. Let me know if that would tickle your fancy. But it's just really fun having these figures all pretty much in scale, sort of, to play with, you know? And I don't think the Fleischer Superman gets enough credit. He didn't last for a very long time, but the first animated Superman series is definitely part of what makes this character so iconic and has been so much part of the culture from he created the culture. And we don't give that series, the animation, and this depiction enough love. And I'm happy we're doing that. I'm happy McFarlane went deep in the bag and pulled out a 1940s Superman cartoon. That is freaking dope. Anyway, I'm gonna stop oops. That's what I get for glazing, as you kids say. But I'm very happy with this guy. Could have used the flight stand, but outside of that, I think he's pretty dope. Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification. But well, real quick, for those of you who might want to see a comparison, for some strange reason, here's the Christopher Reeve figure next to him. I just had him to the side. Figure I'd throw him up there. I mean, it's a great time to be a Superman fan. McFarlane is just cooking with all these Superman action figures. Cooking! Anyway, like I said, subscribe, like, comment, hit that notification bell. And I'll be back. Same super time, same super channel. Peace.